guys? Welcome to Varsa Volume once again. Emergency stream, guys. Thank you for each and every single one of you who has shown up today. And big, major news. This caught me by surprise. I'm sure all of you guys have basically the same thing. For one moment, this morning, I thought it was all a lie. I went to Rashad Redmond, right? I thought he usually one of the best when it comes to reporting stuff that's happening at the club. Iñigo Martinez was initially the report was 8 million euros transfer fee. Okay, I was thinking, silly me. I was thinking, what the hell is going on? For those of you who have been following my channel, know that I have been one of the biggest fans of Iñigo Martinez. He's the heart and soul of this team. I rated him. As a matter of fact, I did a combined 11 for the season, combined through all Europe. And I put Iñigo Martinez as my starting center back along Virgil van Dijk. And all of a sudden, we are losing Iñigo Martinez for next season. I am furious right now. I don't know what else to say. I don't know what to even make of this. And you know what? When the report came out initially, right? I guess it all makes sense now. I guess it all makes sense why Iñigo Martinez. I guess it all makes sense why Gerard Martin was starting as a CB. Hansi Flick knew something was going on behind the scenes, and some stuff has been going on. I don't know if I should blame Deco. I don't know if I should blame Laporta. I don't know if I should blame Ter Stegen. This freaking club, man. I thought I was, you know what? I thought I was gonna take a day off today. I was like, I'm just gonna take it slow. I'm taking my family and just gonna go to the pool and have a nice relaxed day. But with this club, we cannot have a nice day, bro. This club, we cannot have a regular moment. Every day there's something new happening. What is going on, bro? Like, I'm so freaking done with this office, bro. Like, and you know what? I don't want to lose it, okay? I thought, silly me, I thought it was 8 million euros. You know what? We can do something. We can free cap space. We have Christensen. We have Kubarsi. We have Eddie Garcia. And I was like, man, 8 million, that it's sun money, right? This club cannot sell to save their lives. This club cannot make money, cannot sell to save their lives. And I'm like, well, at least we're getting $8 million. At least we're getting some money. Maybe we'll get somebody, who knows? Maybe we'll go out and get somebody else. Oh, no. Silly me. Once again, Barcelona front office never disappoints. The story breaks minutes later that he is going for free. He's going on for free. And apparently they were supposed to buy this report that Iñigo Martinez had a pact deal with Barcelona to basically, if an offer from Saudi came, he was going to go for free. He was going to leave for free. I'm telling you right now, you heard it here first. Do not buy that. Do not buy the idea that this club had a mutual agreement that if a Saudi offer, right? If a Saudi offer came, that Iñigo Martinez was going to leave. At no point in time this was reported by anybody. This would have been leaked weeks and weeks, and nothing was said. And Gerard Martin has been playing center back. Why do you guys think that Gerard Martin has been playing center back for right now? Seriously. And you know what? I rated Iñigo Martinez as a top-notch defender. And I said, you know what? This is a guy who is on record on this channel that said, I'm a little worried about about Iñigo Martinez, and I am a little worried about Lewandowski, because it's better to be a year too late to a year too soon than a year too late. But at least make some money. Do you think Saudi would have cared to give you money? They don't care. But you cannot negotiate. So you know what? Thank you guys for being in the chat. You guys are killing chat, by the way. Please like the video. I really want to get to more people. I want to let this story out. And honestly, you know what this tells me? This tells me that this club has no idea what they're doing. And I don't care if those kumbaya fans or content creators are going to come out and said, you know what, I think this is good because it freaks cap space for 14 euro, 14 million, right? It clears the cap for 14 million. Well, okay. So you're telling me that you basically counting on Ter Stegen to get injured, or you counting on somebody to leave the club so you can register Rashford, John Garcia, and Rooney Bargi? So that's your plan. The same plan that we had last season with Dani Olmo. We're making the same dumb, stupid mistakes. Dani Olmo we were lucky with Dani Olmo because Dani Olmo actually was registered because Christensen was injured. That's the only reason why we were able to register Dani Olmo, and then we had to go fight the courts and everything to play him for the next half of the season. So what this is telling me is that Barcelona needed to move away from somebody in the squad, and somebody had to be sacrificed, and that somebody was Iñigo Martinez. I don't buy the fact that Iñigo Martinez wants to leave the club. I think it was not that he was forced to do it, but my theory is that because Ter Stegen is basically winning the war with Barcelona, Barcelona now is being forced to take whatever offer we can get on the street. And Iñigo Martinez clears the books for 14 million. So we're letting him go so that we can clear the space so we can register players. So why in the first place are we getting Rashford if we're going to have to move away from Iñigo Martinez, which is the heart and soul of the defense? I don't care. Kubarsi is still young. He's still not the leadership. As some of you guys know, right? Some of you guys do know this. I do tactical videos on this channel on a regular basis. And time and time again, I kept praising all last season. I kept praising Iñigo Martinez build that play. I kept praising Iñigo Martinez defense, leadership, grit. And all of a sudden, dude, we're losing the heart and soul of the defense, and now we're gonna have to rely on Christensen. Which, by the way, in Barcelona's defense, I did say Christensen is probably better to start the season than Iñigo Martinez. But I wanted Iñigo Martinez right next to them. Don't make a mistake about it. I wanted them right next to him. And we can't get that. We're not going to get that. He's leaving, really. So now if Iñigo Martinez gets injured, now we have to bring in Araujo. And Lord have mercy on us. Lord have mercy on us against Real Madrid, against Mbappe, against the elite in Liverpool, against the elite in Arsenal. Everybody is better. And you know what? Right now, I feel like we're not better. We are not better. Heart and soul of this defense. You know, silly me. I actually thought that I was going to suggest that Iñigo Martinez be the captain next season. And all of a sudden, like, this news breaks. I'm gonna bring in more I'm gonna make a panel here. I'm gonna bring Omar, BYT, Jonas, barcareacts is gonna stop by. I sent the link on the chat. Something they'll in just a little bit. I'm gonna read the chat. I want to know what you guys are saying. But I thought I was actually gonna suggest that Iñigo Martinez was the captain for next season, guys. And this is what we're getting. This is what we're getting, really. So Barcelona cannot register the players that they got acquired for this coming up season, including John Garcia and Chesney. With the movement of Iñigo Martinez, it's going to free up the space so we can register John Garcia and Chesney. I'm 100% sure of that. So we need to sell someone in order for us to be able to. This is, you know what? The more I think about this, let's say you got a new car, okay? You got a brand new car, and you need to make the payment on that car, but you thought you had the money, but you don't have the money, and all of a sudden you have to sell your bike because you have to make the payment for next month. That's literally what Barcelona is doing right now. We have to sell Iñigo Martinez so we can get registered for John Garcia and Chesney. This is utter ridiculous. And Barcelona, by the way, we knew something was up. We knew something was up because that's the only reason why Gerard Martin has been trying out the center back position. Um, but yeah, what you guys are saying, man? I mean, I do want to say though, I don't want to finish my soliloquy. Okay, I don't want to finish this before I say thank you so much for Iñigo Martinez. You are the heart and soul of this team. I don't know what we're gonna do without you next season. And honestly, I wanted you to be the captain next season. And I just want to say thank you. You exceeded expectations. You came in as a free agent. We did pay you quite a bit, but don't make any mistake about it. The expectation wasn't that he was going to come in here and do what he did. And he did that. I want to say thank you and everything that he has done for the club. And you know what? It was so fun to see Iñigo Martinez celebrations with the trophies, with the team, teammates. As a professional, as best as a professional someone can be, if someone wants to play a role model of a leadership, of grit, of great player, and great professional, that is Iñigo Martinez to this team. And I just want to say, man, I just want to say I'm so thankful that we had him last season, bro. And that play that he made against Leganés, that it was just a counter. We could have lost that game and would have made that La Liga, Real Madrid would have cut the distance to 2 points instead of 4 points, instead of 5 points. That was actually a 3 point swing. And then he slides. That's the one thing I remember. One of the last games for Iñigo Martinez. And also, I remember the game against Milan, Inter Milan. He goes out with an injury, right? And all of a sudden, guess what? Barca goes back in shambles. We cannot defend to save our lives. We have to bring in Araujo, makes a mistake on Acerebi, and then the rest is history. That's how much we needed Iñigo Martinez, to be honest with you guys. But now, man, I'm gonna read the chat, man. You guys have been killing it. Let me check though. I want to know. I want to know how many likes do we got? Let me see. I want to see what's going on. How good are you guys are doing, man? I want to know how you guys are doing. Um, let's see. Let's see the chats, man. I'm gonna start from fresher to older, and yeah. So we got 17 likes, 64 people watching. Come on, guys. We can do better than that. I know we're upset about Iñigo Martinez, but yeah, we can definitely do better. So, El Chavo, what is going on, man? We're not serious. Just sell Casado and Fermin already. I don't care anymore. Yeah, I understand the frustration. Let's not be too overly dramatic. This team can very well still compete. We have Christensen, but God forbid, right? God forbid he catches a flu. And then we're right back to Araujo. And I'm telling you guys right now, Araujo is the happiest man on earth right now because now he gets to have a spot in the team. Let me see. Let me add this to the stage. I guess we have Iñigo Martinez as we speak. He is leaving the facilities, guys. This is one of the saddest moments of this brand new season. It's happened right now. And every time, you better be sure, every time we struggle on defense, I am going to go back to this moment. I'm gonna go back, dude. Why do we get Rashford and Joan Garcia if we have to let go of Iñigo Martinez? Addition by subtraction. I don't understand. Somebody in the chat, please enlighten me because I am fuming right now and I just don't understand what is happening. And as a matter of fact, this is the same thing that happened with Rashford that happened with Iñigo Martinez, because I remember, dude, this is rarely happens, and it's no coincidence. It's no coincidence that this is happening to Barcelona back to back. With Rashford, we were so desperate when we got him, so desperate. Within a half hour that it broke that we were in meetings, it broke that it was a here we go. Same thing with Iñigo Martinez. We don't allow counter offers apparently because Saudi didn't want to offer anything. And they said, you know what? We can take him off your hands. We'll take him off your books. They're very smart. Don't let them outsmart you. If I am Deco, I would have been, you know what? If you want to even think about getting my best center back on this club, I want to hear upwards of 30 to 40 million euros before I pick up this phone again. Bye. Hang up the phone, bro. Hang up the phone. They're going to call you back. They are desperate. Laporte left the club for Al Nassr, and now they need a center back. Who better than Iñigo Martinez? They would have called you right back, baby. They would have called you right back with the 45 million euro offer. You're ridiculous. I would have sold it like we cannot win next season without Iñigo Martinez. But this notion, oh my Lord, dude, for free? Are you freaking kidding me? Dude, these people don't even care for money, bro. This is almost like if I go to a rich guy, right? Like a super wealthy rich guy, and try to and just try to say, oh, you know what? These oranges, yeah, give me like $20. Dude, he don't give a crap. You could have said $100. You could have said $200. He'll probably just buy it from you just to do you a favor. These Saudi teams, they don't give a crap about money. And we still cannot negotiate with Saudi teams. Dude, you got to be kidding me, man. But yeah, what you guys are saying, sorry, I didn't pay attention to the chat. Let's see where if I didn't read your chat, just rewrite it, man. I'm just gonna start from bottom. Says Kevin Garcia, man, what is going on? Big up volume, Madrid fan from Carnes channel. Hey, thank you so much for stopping by, man. It's not a good day for us Barcelona fans. I can tell you that right off the bat right now. Only Barca. Jordan, thank you. El Chavo, Deco, masterclass, disaster class, man. I don't get it. Honestly, I just don't understand, man. I just don't understand what's going on. I'll be honest. But guys, like the stream. I want to get to more people. There's a lot of good Italian center backs like Alessandro Bogogno, Scavani, Bastoni. Dude, if we can get Bastoni, I'm all ears, man. Bastoni right now will be amazing. But do we have the money? Are we going to be able to register him? That's my problem. I don't understand all this stuff that is going on, man. But hey, there's 80 people watching, man. Thank you so much for being here. We're so frustrated. There's 24 likes, guys. You guys are moving so slow right now on the likes. So we need to get those likes up like at least 40. At least 40, guys. This stream needs to be up there. There's a barcareacts stopping by a little later. I got Omar BYT who is going to be unleashing everything he wants to say about this news as well. Guys, this is insane, man. But if you take a look, man, let's see. I'm gonna go Fabrizio Romano, because Fabrizio, let's see, Fabrizio Romano, right? So, dude, I'm telling you, he talks about it like it's right here. Look. Let me see if I got the angle right. Let me see if I got it right. So it's right here. So he says, right, 4 hours ago. This was 4 hours ago. Breaking: Iñigo Martinez could leave Barcelona. Immediate effect. Could club and Spanish defender discuss terms. Potential exit. There are a Saudi Pro League clubs interested. Al Nassr are keen on Iñigo Martinez. I'm not lying to you guys. Look, this is going to be less than an hour. Look, 3 hours. Okay, this is half hour. To be exact, half hour later, breaking: Al Nassr agree deal to sign Iñigo Martinez. Here we go. You cannot tell me how many times I've never seen something like that. I've never seen that to where like the only 2 times I've seen it is with Barcelona. Within half hour, we were negotiating for Rashford. Boom, it was here we go. Within half hour, we're negotiating for Iñigo Martinez. Boom, within half hour, and we're basically done, dude. What the hell, man? What's going on, Godwin? It says sack Deco right now, dude. We're all upset right now. I don't know, but mark my words. If the defense isn't right this season, Deco is going is going to hear it from all the fans. Deco is going to get all the blame for this. This is not a good move, man. This is not a good move. I don't mind he's leaving, but free. That's exactly what I'm saying, Aussie. That's what I said. I said, you know what? 8 million euros, 9 million euros. We're getting some money. We're doing this. But bro, how can you tell me that now he's leaving for free and we're basically canceling his contract? Why? I don't understand. This is ridiculous, guys. I cannot with this, man. Why is it that always these things happens to Barcelona? These things always happen to Barcelona. What is Deco doing, bro? What is Deco doing? Um, you need to be done. Okay, so I'm not gonna read that. Said he had release clause. If he could go for free to stop spreading misinformation. No, dude. Okay. Uh, okay. So that's the story, guys. Don't buy the media. Why do you think that was in his release clause? Do you think? Do you really think that if he resigned recently until 2026 to next season? Why do you think? Do you think we resign him and then if an offer from Saudi came, he was gonna leave and we were just gonna resign him like that? Hell no, dude. You don't believe everything you hear. That's what I would say, man. Don't believe everything. El Staples says giving Flick so little to work with Laporta, dude. I don't know, man. Flick must be furious right now. Flick must be really fuming more than me, more than any Barca fan, because the fact that he's losing Iñigo Martinez. Look, the problem with Iñigo is that we're losing Iñigo. He was one of the best in progression passes next to Pedri Gonzalez. You go look on the database on Data Bomb, how to stop bomb progression passes. Number one in the squad, Pedri Gonzalez. Number two, take a wild guess. Take a wild guess who's number two in progression passes last season. Yeah, yeah. You go take a guess. You go take. I'm not even gonna say it because I'm gonna sound so stupid and ridiculous. And that person, we all know it's gonna be Iñigo Martinez. We all know that, and I don't know how else to say it, man. Don't buy into this idea that this was already pre-worked. This is something that was negotiated within time. But I got Barca reacts, dude. I already unleashed on this situation. I already got all my venom out of my system. I still got some more. I don't want to let it all out, but I do appreciate you stopping by, Jonas, man. How's it going, man? How are you handling this situation?
We can't get. You can hear me, right? You guys can hear
Yeah,
me,
yeah.
bro. Barca volume. Big up Miguel all the time, right? Big up for the opportunity, right? But what I have to say is that I was busy today, right? But Miguel, we already know Barcelona. We can't get one normal day at this club. I was at the airport. I was thinking no news is gonna happen. We're still on our preseason, and then I see my phone's blowing up. All my group chats blowing up. So I'm driving. You know, it's not safe to check your phone and drive, right? So when I
No,
actually stop, right, I checked the news. Inigo Martinez, here we go. I see Saudi Arabia. I was like, what the heck? What has happened to my What has happened? I was so shocked. And then Miguel, this was just my initial reaction. I was like, you know what? What if we got 40 million? What if we were saved by the bell? What if Saudi
yeah,
Arabia gave us a cash
exactly.
injection? I low-key got for a second, I got excited because I was like, okay, it's bad, but what if we got 45 million or 35 million for Inigo? And then I read the actual report by Fabrizio Romano, who broke the news,
It's on a
and he's
free,
leaving
bro.
for free.
If we would
It's
have
a
gotten like,
free.
if we would have gotten 40, we can go. We can legitimately go look for Bastoni right now.
Bro, that's my problem. When I saw, I was like, no way it's for free. I was like, no way did we just rip up his contract. And I was like, Barcelona, once again, just you can this club is sometimes, Miguel, we have to be honest, it's ran like a circus club at times. Like seriously. I can't believe this happened. Our best
So,
defender from last season is leaving on a free. It's
dude,
crazy.
Inigo Martinez was not only our best defender, he was legitimately top three throughout Europe the whole last season. Statistically speaking, he was one
He
of
was
the
the
best
best.
center backs. And to this comment right here, to Pierre, I would say he talking about Messi, but dude, Iñigo Martinez, dude. I don't know if you know this, Jonas, but I was telling the chat, dude. I do I do tactical videos after games, and one of the things that I know Inigo Martinez that people don't talk about is his progression passes. So just to those who don't know, progression passes doesn't mean that your pass accuracy. Progression pass is when you're not passing from a defender, you're not passing to a midfielder. A progression pass is when you're connecting to your attackers. So let's say
Yeah.
that Pedri connects to Dani Olmo, Dani Olmo goes down the seam and scores. That's an assist, but that's a progression pass. So Inigo Martinez, number one was Pedri in the squad, and number two was Inigo Martinez in progression passes. Guess what he was doing? He was connecting with Rafinha. He was connecting with Lewandowski. He was connecting with Lamine Yamal every single time and time and time and time and time again. And that's the one thing we're gonna have. We're not going to have next season. And I'm not happy with this. And honestly, I have a theory. The club definitely knew this was happening. It was no surprise that Iñigo Martinez didn't play a single minute in the preseason. Maybe he played like what? Like did he play maybe like a couple minutes? And then we were trying out Gerard Martin, and this now it all makes sense to me. What are you saying about that?
So what I would say is that to the comment by Big Up here all the time, by that comment, the only problem that I say is that at the end of the day, he's still our best center back. Even if he's old, I still think that he could give us one more good year, regardless, right? And to your point, do you want to hear my theory, right? And I was thinking about it. Why would Barcelona have this? The only way it could possibly make sense is that Miguel, because remember, we got Inigo Martinez for free from Athletic Bilbao, right? 2 years
Mm-hmm.
ago when Xavi was in charge, right?
Yeah.
And the only way this can make sense for Jan Laporte and the board is maybe Saudi Arabia and Barcelona both wanted Inigo at the same time. Saudi Arabia offers more money, and then we'll let you leave whenever you want. That's the only way it makes sense. First of all, does that sound like a decent theory? Because other than that, why would you have that clause? It's stupid. Jan Laporte Deco. Why would you include that type of clause in a contract, even if he's an old guy? You know what I'm saying?
No, that's exactly what I mean. So it's
Oh
like,
man, I don't even know what to say.
what is that me or you? Can you hear
No,
me?
I don't know. I think for me, yeah, I can hear you, bro. Keep going, keep going.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, I didn't know if it was if I was breaking. So I want to say thank you, man. 94 people watching right now. I know everyone's pissed, and that's why I know everybody's showing up. But guys, please go like the video. There's 41 likes and 94 people watching. We're bringing it to you guys, man, as it's happening. So please give us a like so we can get to more people in the chat. Please go subscribe to my man Barca Reacts. He's always uploading content. He's always hustling, man. I respect that a lot. And this is crazy news to me, honestly, man. Like the one thing I would say is that how do you think that we'll deal with this, though? Do you think Kunde can go back to the CB and now we're gonna have to have Eddie Garcia, or you think Eddie Garcia? Now remember the one thing: this if there's a silver lining, right? If there's a silver lining. That Kubarsi and Eddie Garcia, they won the Olympics with Spain, so they have a lot of experience playing together. Maybe Hansi Flick is going to go to that, but I do not like that lineup just because in size we need somebody like Christensen. But God forbid Christensen, God forbid that he gets an injury, bro. That's the only thing with Christensen. But I have to say this. I was saying that I wanted Christensen and Kubarsi for next season, but not that Inigo Martinez wasn't going to be there. I did want an Inigo Martinez just in case it all goes to hell, right? Are you
No,
not
but this is
hearing me?
my point, Miguel.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, I was actually gonna make a video. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know. It's just a little bit of it's okay, bro. It's okay, right? So for me, I was actually gonna make a video. It was gonna be a hot take video that I think the starter should be to start the season, Inigo and Andreas Christensen, because well, that's not gonna happen now. But the reason was because Inigo and Christensen, for me, they make the least mistakes. Everybody compliments Christensen for not making mistakes. Inigo Martinez is the same. He rarely makes mistakes. Very rarely from passing. He's rarely, you know what I'm saying, out of position. This guy's a solid center back, experienced brother. He's leadership, right? So now I'm looking at it. Our center back room just became thin. Is Jules Koundé going to be a center back, or Barcelona going to go in for a right back? I don't know. I feel like that It's late in the window now. I'm just not happy. I feel like it's very poor planning from Barcelona. And Miguel, I have a question to you.
Yeah,
Why did this happen now? Why couldn't it happen earlier in the window where Barcelona
that,
could
that
recover? Was this
that's what I'm
clause,
saying.
was it immediate? Did Saudi Arabia only like, is it just now that it started?
No, no, no. This is my theory, bro. This is what I'm saying. So, uh, uh, um, hey, what's up, man? How's it going, bro? So,
What's
so
up, man?
I'll answer these and then I'll let you go too. So man, look, what I would say to this is Barcelona, right? They knew that something was up because otherwise, dude, we literally thought that we were banking on the fact that Ter Stegen was going to sign that document and we were going to be back to the 1-1 rule and sign John Garcia and Rashford. So now that Ter Stegen is pushing all these boundaries, now Barcelona knows that Ter Stegen is going to win this battle legally. Ter Stegen will win this battle because everything's under contract. So there's nothing that they can do. And then unless he signs that document, so now they know they don't want to mess with this because it's going to take long. So now we're literally, this is where I'm upset because dude, we have to sell Iñigo Martinez addition by subtraction so we can register Rashford. If that was the case initially, I would much rather have Iñigo Martinez than adding Rashford to the equation. So to me, that's the only thing that I just don't understand. I don't get it. And this is definitely something that the club already knew. And they just don't tell us. Every single day there's something new, bro.
Hey, man. First of all, thank you, Barca Volume Miguel, for this
Yeah.
opportunity. I'm gonna say, what's up, Yonis? Look, my head is absolutely gone, man. I'm absolutely shocked, man. What the hell? Out of nowhere. First of all, I don't know if you guys have already talked about this, but Fabrizio Romano, I think between the here we go and the negotiation, it was only 30
Like
minutes.
30
I've never
minutes,
seen
man.
this.
30 freaking minutes. Can you
I've never
believe
seen
that?
this.
30 freaking minutes, man.
I'm absolutely appalled. And I was expecting Inigo Martinez to be one of the captains for the next seasons. I was like, for the next season at least. I was banking on this
Dude,
guy
that's
to be a
exactly what
starter.
I said. I said, you know what? I'm like, silly me. I was actually saying here on this channel, I think that Iñigo Martinez should be the captain next season. I know he's older, but I think he's very good. He's a leader. He's grit. He's heart and soul for this team. And we're losing not just a defender, dude. We're missing leadership.
Absolutely. And I saw the point that you mentioned about the progression pass. Oh my day, this guy has been absolutely amazing. I remember that game against Athletic Bilbao, Athletic Madrid away when we were losing 2-0 at La Liga. Amazing pass to Lewandowski to make it 2-1. These are the qualities we're about to miss. It's not just a defender we're missing. We are missing a playmaker playing at the defense. So
Yeah.
it will be really, really difficult to, I don't know, to replace that kind of quality, in my opinion. I don't know
No,
what
th-
the
to
club is
me
thinking.
I think it's I think Barcelona, right? I think we're fine in theory. We're fine because we have Christensen, we have Kubarsi, we have Eddie Garcia, we have also Araujo. So that's still four center backs in the club. But if somebody was gonna go, to me, it had to be Araujo, not Inigo Martinez, because one of the best understanding the defense that Hansi Flick wants to put out. I can only imagine how furious Hansi Flick is right now because he's the best defender who understood the highline was in fact Inigo Martinez. So the
Absolutely.
fact that he is the one who has to go, the one who has to be sacrificed, and the fact that we need to get rid of Inigo Martinez, who we had under contract for one more season, which lined up perfectly because next season we were going to be so much better with the 1-1 rule, so much better financially. The Camp Nou was back, and we're finally able to register those suites to get more money for them, and we would have been able to maybe compete with Madrid for Konate, Saliba, and then
Yeah.
go out and get Isaac or somebody, and we would have been in great position. But now, all of a sudden, we have to let go of Inigo Martinez just so we can get by, man. Just so that we can get that stupid payment. I was making this making this metaphor, right? I was saying like this hypothetical that you go get a brand new car, Barcelona, and the brand new car is Rashford, and then you go out and guess what? You're struggling financially to make the payment next month, and then you have to sell your bike and you have to
Yeah.
sell your TV just so you can make the payment for next month, so you can have the car for one more month. That's basically what this is. So now we have
Absolutely.
to get rid of Inigo. when we basically so we can register John Garcia
Rashford.
and Chesney, bro.
Yeah, I mean, the only things that we all don't know, like it's all theories, right? We don't know. Maybe Inigo Martinez, he had this clause from the start, right? I'm assuming that's true, right? And maybe he just wants to go to Saudi Arabia. Did you see the report that apparently Inigo Martinez, he's saying that he doesn't know if he has it anymore, at the top
Yeah, yeah.
level? I seen a report like that. So maybe it's his last chance for top dollar at Saudi Arabia. I don't know what to make of it. I still don't like it because
No, no,
I
no.
want.
But these stories are coming out just like the one with like, oh, if a Saudi offer came in, Barcelona was going to let him go for free. That's
That
definitely
that
not
doesn't
true.
make sense for me at all.
That's not factual. People are saying that. These are stories that are coming out that
It
don't
has
make
to be
any
a
sense.
lie.
That can't be because if that was the case, that means that would have to be structured in the contract. So that means people would have known and it would have been reported and we would have been worried about him leaving this whole time. And this is just
And was
happening.
he no? He renewed his contract last
Yeah,
year, or this year, no?
yeah, he renewed until 2026. This right
Yeah,
after the season. Right after the
So
season. So you can't tell me that you negotiated this contract from Iñigo Martinez. It's like I'll sign one more year if you let me go to Saudi if an offer comes in. That makes
that's what I'm saying. I
zero
don't understand. I don't
if
zero
you
understand.
sense.
knew, if you knew at least if Saud was approaching, come on, you got at least put some release clause that's 50 million at least. If you know
That's
Saudi is
what I'm
gonna,
saying. Yo,
they has
Roy,
to put some release clause.
you know what it is, Warrior? I saw this when I saw the edit for the first time in Saudi Arabia. I was like, yo, maybe you know what? Inigo is leaving, but we got 40 million. Bro, he's leaving for free. He's leaving for free. And the problem is that now all of a sudden we're a bit thin at center back. Like we're looking at the options, right? Christensen, Cabarsi, right? What if one of them gets injured, right? Ronald Araujo, who else? Eric Garcia. I'm
Right.
not I'm not loving it. I'd rather have an Ego for one more year, right? And Ego's not a superstar, but he's still our best center back last season, right? So
I know.
ah,
And
it's
the
just
Dude,
thing
that
is, we're losing a left-footed, right-footed dynamic. That's something that
back
Hans Flick also likes as well.
very
During his
important.
Bayern years, you had two centre backs. I mentioned Lucas Hernandez, David Alaba. These are the some. You have to have a defender that's left-footed so can make progressive passes, make it easy on the build-up. It's essential to have a
remember,
left-footed.
remember, now that you said that, remember what a great signing Real Madrid had in Dean Housen, right? What do you guys think that he's such a great signing? It's such a great signing because he plays defense the way that he should play defense. It's a great signing because he's good on the ball. He can create. He can go pass. His progression passes are off the charts. That's the same thing that we
True.
had with Iñigo Martinez. We literally had another attacker out there with Iñigo. Now, I don't know how much Fleek's Barca is going to suffer not having the build-up play from Iñigo Martinez. On the ball, he was incredible. And now I know Christensen is great. I know he's good on the ball as well, but he does not have the creativity that Iñigo Martinez has. That's just a fact. But also, right?
Right.
If God forbid he gets a flu, he's gonna be out for another 2 months, and he's very fragile. And ability is your best ability to me. And
Right.
I am just like I cannot, dude. I already unleashed on this situation earlier in the show, so I don't have the heart to do it again. But I just want to let you guys understand like how frustrated I am with this. This is like all the confidence that I had on this team for next season. I'm not gonna say it's gone. I'm just gonna say it's weakened, dude. It's gotten worse. The whole idea, right, that I was so excited for this team is because we had basically so much depth. We have two players per position this season. But now we letting go of Inigo Martinez, who's to me one of the best center backs last season. If we're just looking at 1 year,
Yeah.
he was one of the best in the world. So now we don't have him. So now we have to put Christensen. So guess what? We're putting Christensen, who is really good, and now the depth gets weakened because now we have Araujo. And Araujo, dude, he doesn't know what he's doing with the highline, man. I saw a clip of him. People made of him like kind of like stumbling around between in, off and on, off and on, and like he looks so silly, man. Like it's not even funny, bro.
Yeah, no, you make a good point with Christensen. I mean, not Christensen, Inigo Martinez. Like his passing is very underrated. Like people speak about Cabarsi's passing.
Yes.
Inigo's passing is elite. Inigo's passing, if we're being honest, guys. Oh, you got a dip. Big up, bro. Big up. what's it called? Iñigo Martinez's passing, guys, is elite, bro. Do you remember, Miguel, the first third of the season when we played Bayern and Real Madrid and we
Yeah.
destroyed both of them in Sevilla in that week? Remember, Frankie de Jong was out for those months. And how are we good? Casado's not as good as Frankie in the first phase, but Iñigo Martinez, when you have him in Cabarsi's passing range, you can get a bypass. You know what I'm saying? Iñigo Martinez, also, I think he just understands the high line the best. Out of Christensen, Cabarsi, Araujo,
Out of
Martinez,
everyone,
he's
Inigo
the best.
Martinez is the highline, bro.
He's
Is
the
the
guy,
highline.
bro. That's what I'm talking about. And now you got Hansi Flick, who the guy who understands it the most, the smartest IQ defender at the club, and he just left. And I'm not saying he's a superstar stud defender like Van Dijk or something. No, I'm not saying that. But he's still an important player. He's an important role player. Like a little bit reminds me of Javier Mascherano in a way. Inigo Martinez is one of those guys you're gonna look back at in years come by, and you're gonna be like, "Yo, Inigo Martinez, he was a good player for Barcelona." And now we let him go for free. That's my big issue. That's my big. If we let him go for 35 million, I can accept it. But
Dude,
for free, it's
even if it
ridiculous.
would have been 10 million, I would have been happy. I would have been not happy,
Oh,
but I would have said, that's what I was saying in the beginning. I'm like, well, you know what? Let me see where the angle is. Let me see where the silver lining in this whole thing is. But hey, man, Omar BYT is in the house as well, and thank you for stopping by as well, guys. Subscribe to Barca Reacts. Subscribe to Omar BYT. I already unleashed on this whole situation, Omar. The first 15 20, maybe I would say probably the first 10, 15 minutes of this show, I was just going off on this whole situation. But now, dude, now that you're joining in, I want to get your thoughts, initial reaction. What is going on in 30 minutes? That was reported by Fabrizio Romano, dude, that we were supposed to, like, that Iñigo Martinez was negotiating with Al Nassr in Barcelona, right? And all of a sudden, dude, 30 minutes later, just like it happened with Rashford, this whole thing comes cracking down, and it's here we go, and it's all said and done, and Inigo Martinez is leaving the facilities as we speak.
Look, there's going to be a lot of people who are going to be like, oh, but Omar, Barcelona needed to a sale so that we can be able to register players, right? When we say, oh, we need signings, they say, okay, well, no problem. We'll go and sign Rashford. But you guys wanted signings, right? Okay, we
Yeah.
started signing. We wanted a sale so that we can be able to register some players. You go and sell Inigo.
Mm-hmm.
You got Pena. You've got Ter Stegen. You've got
ridiculous.
Araujo. You've got so many players who are currently on the club's wage books right now who have no future at this club, right? None at all. And out of all of the players you could have picked to give this contract to, you gave him this contract which lets him go on a free. And this is the thing with Inigo. I don't blame Inigo because
I don't blame
Inigo is
you.
going to get paid at Saudi.
I
He's going to
actually
get
don't
paid.
believe that, Omar, to be honest with you, because it wasn't reported in the contract. It wasn't reported that if a Saudi offer came in, he was going to go. It was
Well,
actually a normal contract. I think this is
look,
all bullcrap.
this is no, you know what it is? You know what it
We
is?
don't know
This
for
club
sure
is
yet.
not this club is disingenuous. That's what it is. This club is disingenuous. They don't tell us everything. They always like to give us snippets of everything. And then when
Facts.
something crazy happens, we're like, oh, well, actually, it was actually part of the contract. It wasn't told. We didn't tell you guys, but actually, in this contract, it actually states that he can technically
Yo,
leave if a team
Omar, real quick,
God.
Omar. Do you remember when they told us Rashford was coming for super cheap wages, and then the day after it's capped, bro? Like this is the thing,
And
bro.
then they said we have 4 signings, and then all of a sudden we went back. We went back to only going to be 2, and that's it.
It's ridiculous. You know
I
what it
want
is?
you guys to
It's
understand something, right? I want you guys to really, really, really understand something here. You know this about me. I've been calling out this club, calling out Deco, calling out all the people who are in charge of transfers. This is this deal, right? The reason it pisses me off is because we are so bad defensively,
Yeah.
and Inigo was the shining light. Is it so crazy how 24 hours ago we were literally on my channel and we were sitting there talking about who's gonna be our defensive partnership.
yeah.
And we were sitting there saying Inigo and someone else. We all agreed that Inigo was going to be a starter when everyone was
Dude,
fit.
I had Inigo Martinez top 2 last season. Top
This is the
two
point.
in the world.
He was
This
amazing
guy,
last season.
right? Out of all the players in the defense, I said if we were gonna have outgoing, take one of the midfielders because we have too many of them,
Yeah, we have too
right?
many.
It would have made sense. But you took our defender when you know that our defense is literally our weakest point, and you took our and you let our
Yeah,
best
our
defender
best
leave.
defender, bro.
Best defender leave when our defense is our biggest problem. Deco Masterclass, ladies and gentlemen. Another just added to the list of all of the great work that Deco has done here. Because I'm telling you all, you guys understand how much this is gonna backfire on us this season. Do you have any idea?
You
I
know,
don't think a lot of these. I
and
don't
it's
think these
fun.
people
You
do.
know, it's fun. People keep saying Bastoni, Bastoni in the chat, but look at this. Justin, Barca have no plans of entering the transfer market in search of a new center back. And
Bro,
after
I
the
already
Iñigo
know
Martinez
this. This is why I lost my head during my video earlier today. Because I'm like, brother, if you guys think we got rid of Iñigo so that we can bring someone else, you need to get your head off the sand. You understand what I mean?
Yeah,
We can't even register players. So why the hell are we going to buy players? This is what I mean, man. I'm just,
dude.
man, you know what it is, right? I just got to a point now where I can't even shout. Like, I can't, like, you guys know me, right? I started this transfer window. I've been losing my mind, but as time went on, I've really, really begun to be at the point of acceptance. There are some cases when I get angry, but I'm like, you know what it is, right? Getting angry doesn't help me at all.
Dude,
So you know
even
what?
me yesterday, I was saying that Araujo should try golf or should try Juventus. I went on your show, Omar. I went on your show and said, you know what, Araujo, go try golf, go try Juventus, go try Atletico Madrid. It does not work here, and now we're relying on him. Now we have to rely on him because God forbid Christensen gets a flu, bro.
I ain't gonna lie. This is
Yeah,
guys. I'm not gonna lie, guys. This is the thing. I'm not trying to be negative, right? But this guy, Iñigo Martinez, he was Mr. High Line. He understood it the best. Guys, do you guys remember the first El Clasico? Kylian Mbappe could have scored 5 goals if it wasn't for Iñigo Martinez. Like he's the guy who 100% relies on it, and he's so good at it. You know, you can go into a big game. I'm not worrying about Iñigo. And then you add the fact he can pass. You add the fact he's a leader. He has so many winning intangibles that you can't buy that. I don't think you can even unless you get like a Virgil van Dijk, by the way, which is so unrealistic.
Guys, we got Gerard Maldini.
Nah. Hey, yo, you know what? Deco probably thought that. You know what I'm saying? But listen, I don't know what to say, guys. I don't know what to say, bro. I couldn't believe it. Miguel, let me just say this. I promise, guys. I dropped some family at the airport. I'm like, why is my phone blowing up? I look at this. I take a look, and I'm like, bro, for free. I just turned it off. I got pissed, bro. I can't even lie.
Yeah. So what were you gonna say, Omar? I sorry I interrupted you, but it's ridiculous, bro. Seriously.
Well, just another problem in the defense. I swear to God, guys, if we do poorly this season, I am going after everyone in this club. I don't care. I don't care what anyone says.
We have to rely
because
on
at this point, I don't care, man. I don't want to hear. Hold on, Miguel. I don't want to hear people tell me, but Omar, we needed to get rid of. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Okay, bro. No, I've had enough, man. Nah, you know what? I didn't. Bro, now when I really start to think about it, bro, I'm really beginning to get angry now, okay? I don't care, okay? We have so many dead weight in this team right now that we're not trying to get it. How the hell is Iñaki Peña still getting paid by this club? We literally have a terrible defense, and Iñigo was the shining light, and you just got rid of him. So now we have to back on Araujo to hopefully find his foot next season.
And on top of that, I'm just looking at it. I don't know, bro. Like, do you guys even trust? Like, let's look at. So Araujo doesn't play well with the high line, right? No. Then we move on to Gerard Martin. If you don't ever say, don't disrespect Maldini, that is a beautiful comment, right on cue. never disrespect Maldini by saying Gerard
Yeah,
Maldini. It's not gonna happen, bro. I'm gonna
for
tell you
real.
guys right now, okay? And then if we go to the other two center backs, Cabarsi, good, young, not as good as Inigo for me, right? And then you got Andreas Christensen. Yeah, sure, he's better than Inigo, you could say, but is he as fit as Inigo? So Inigo's the one guy, when you look at everything, overall, he's the best center back. He just is. And you look at the performances, I don't care about the age. Age doesn't matter. You know, if you can perform, same thing with Lamine, same with Lewandowski, same with Inigo, same with Casado. It doesn't matter your age. If you perform, you could stay. But I find it baffling that so we can't sell Hector Ford, we can't sell Ter Stegen, we can't sell all these other guys who are actually useless, legitimately useless, but we sell our best defender. That's where
Yeah,
I'm like, I don't get it. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? What? That's why I say poor planning. Why is this even in the contract? I don't get it, man. I don't
And you know
understand.
what's funny, right? It's funny how quickly people's statements can age so quickly. Because literally yesterday, we were on Coolest Culture and Miguel was literally talking about contracts. He was
Yeah,
literally sitting there talking about why is it that we give these players these stupid contracts, right? That have these stupid clauses on it, right? Where they have all the power to do whatever they want. And then literally 24 hours later, this shit happens.
Yeah, man. I'm just disappointed, bro. That's all I can say.
so like for example, right? So like if we have to rely on Araujo, dude, I every time okay, so like I watch a lot of like the NBA, right? And every time I see these deals happening and this stuff that always breaks, that when that's a player gets traded or why not, I always think like, to does the arch rival or does that team feel better today than they feel yesterday? If you go ask Real Madrid if they feel better now about Iñigo Martinez leaving, they would
Yeah.
most likely will tell you yes, because he is just so much better than anyone else. And honestly, I'm thinking that from like their point of view, they're like, oh, they're looking at it like, wait, so they just got worse on defense because their
Nope.
defense is not great to begin with, and now they lost their best defender. Like, oh, I'm like, I'm all signing up for that. That's what I would say, but I don't know where you guys take on that.
And you know what? I have to say this. I don't know how I gone this far and I didn't say this. I don't blame Inigo Martinez at all. The guy's old. He was 34, 35. Let the guy make his money. But Barcelona, why would you have that contract? You know, if you're the club, if you're the employer, you always want, if you're a company, you always want to have, the rights over the employee. It's just how it works in business, right? But when it comes to Inigo, I don't blame him one bit. All the Barca fans that might blame Inigo, why would you do this? The guy's 35. Let him make some money, right? Al Nassr, you got a great player. But for Barca, Hansi Flick, listen, Gerard Martin might have to be the guy because I'm looking at it, bro. It's spooky. And guess what? Miguel Omar, La Liga starts in 9 days. So let's see what happens. Let's see if anything happens, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, La Liga starts in 9 days. I'm not worried overall. Like I know this is overreaction stream,
Yeah, it
and we
is.
need
It
to
is.
let it all out. We need to just. This team is still this team, right? We still got Pedri, we still got Lamine, we still got Lewandowski, we still got FDJ, we still got Kubarsi. As we stand, we still got four defenders that are still very good. I mean, Araujo, right? If he only did what he was supposed to do, but he just can't understand how to play the high line to save his life. Otherwise, this team, I mean, I don't want people to think that that's it, because I see that on the chat saying that I guess we're not winning anything this year. That's
No,
definitely not true, because
I don't know about that.
guys,
see,
we
see,
still,
this is the
like,
problem.
we still got not, but look, we still got. I was already saying, I was on record. I was already saying that I wanted Kubarsi Christensen to start this year. So that's why I'm not gonna overreact. I did overreact it in the beginning of the show. I'm letting it all out now that I'm more calm. Now that I'm like, okay, so guys, I know that the problem was not getting money. If we would have gotten money, I would have been fine with it,
Yeah, I would
because
have
I
been.
wanted Christensen and I wanted Kubarsi to start next season. So if we're looking at it from that point of view, in my perspective, it's like, okay, we still got to slow down. We got to think things through, and just remember, this team is still very, very good. Christensen and Kubarsi are very, very, very good. And the only one thing that I like about this whole situation is that Christensen is actually going to get his shot. Finally,
Yep.
after 2 years, he's going to get a shot to
You gotta stay
finally
fit.
start and get a chance to start with this team.
You know what? I do want to say this real quick. How do you guys think Hansi Flick's thinking right now? The guy last summer had all these registration issues of Nico. It didn't come, right? Dani Olmo, the only signing he got really, right? Couldn't even play the first 1 or 2 games. And then now he's looking at it. The guy who understands the highline the best. How do you guys think it? What do you think Hansi Flick's saying? He's probably thinking Jan Laporte to Deco. Come on, bro. I understand it's a tough situation. But dude, don't take away from like the guys who are working with me. So I don't know. I don't know what Hansi Flick's thinking, honestly. You know what I'm saying?
Guys, before you guys go, guys, please like the stream. There's 98 people watching. There's 60 likes. If you guys can like up the stream, I would appreciate it. But yeah, what are you saying, Omar? I know Dali's in the house. He's chatting. I wonder what he said. Probably happy that this whole thing is going on. I'm telling you, it says the tres amigos. Get the likes up for my guys. Yeah, tough day for them. Yeah, let me know, Dali. As a Real Madrid fan, what are you saying? Do you care? Do you not care, or do you think Barcelona just got worse and Real
No,
Madrid
he's
just
having the
got
time
better?
of his life,
That's what I
man.
wanted
Like
to know.
this guy,
Honestly, bro.
he's
Come on,
he's
bro.
having the time.
Bro,
He's having the
guys,
time
are
of
you
his life.
serious? Ask Kylian Mbappe when he looked at his phone today. He was like, "Finally, I can score against Barcelona. I'm not gonna be offside, bro." Dude, I'm just disappointed that it happened. Listen, Iñigo Martinez. I've seen some chats saying that at the end of the day, he's 35. That's not the point. He's still useful today. That's my thing. We could have used him for 1 more year minimum. So it just is what it is. And Barcelona. Now we're looking at it. Striker next summer. We keep saying we got to get a center back next season. In my opinion, I think we have to. You know
No,
what I'm saying?
it'll happen. It'll happen. I
We
don't have
got to,
no
bro.
doubt that. But now we're worried about this season, That's the thing. Like we're worried about
Yeah.
the season. I for one said, I look. This is why I'm upset because I said one thing on this channel, and I said I don't care if we don't bring more players. I don't care if John Garcia doesn't join. I don't care if Rashford doesn't join. I don't care if anyone who wants to come into this Barca team doesn't join because at the end of the day, I want Barcelona to be in the 1-1 rule so they can make better decisions. This decision is a patch. This is a patch
Yeah.
that we're in the whole financial situation. We're forced to make this so that we can register other players because he does free up a lot of money, Omar and Jonas. If you guys don't know this, he's freeing up like 14 million euros.
I know,
That's
14 million.
big
I already saw that.
that's a big wage. So,
But we're gonna
don't.
we can only use 60% of that. That's the thing.
So that's like around 8. So you
But that's
can't hold
still
on. Hold on,
that's
hold on.
still a
You
lot of
can't
money.
register Rashford with that money. You can only register Jan Garcia. Because Rashford's around what, like 14?
Somebody was already breaking it down in Spanish.
By the way,
the Spanish channel.
Miguel,
I guess we're gonna do
Dali is asking for the link.
what? Oh,
Dali
yeah.
is asking.
I'm gonna send
Dali.
it to him.
Yeah, send it
But
to
what
him,
I'm
please.
saying is, John Garcia and Chesney is the report that I'm hearing that Barcelona's plan with this whole thing is registering Chesney and John Garcia.
Yeah, but I find it ridiculous. Do we need some type of ridiculous thing to always register? Like, guys, I promise I'm not always negative. Bro, look at my match reactions, bro. But when I'm looking at it, last season, Dani Olmo only got registered, right, with Deco and Laporta because Andreas Christensen picked up a major injury for like 4 months. That was the only reason why. Otherwise, Dani Olmo could have been sitting down for legit half the season on the bench. Not even on the bench, on the sideline, you know what I'm saying? With the fans. So I don't know. Barcelona, it feels like we kind of rely on bad situations to register our new signings, which is not a good thing. You know what I'm saying? And Miguel, that's where I kind of understand with you when you say, let's buy nobody. Let's play with house money, right? Let's get back to the 1-2-1 rule. That's where I understand, right? In my opinion, if I knew it was this dire, I would only sign Jan Garcia. I wouldn't even sign Rashford if it was this dire. That's just me. But I mean, what do you guys
No,
say about that?
no, but that's what I'm saying though. Like I didn't want us to sign anyone if we have to make these emergency sales.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, like I don't want anyone new. Like as much as I love Rashford and I think he's working and he's going to do good things at Barcelona, I still don't like it just because now we have to do a
Right.
patch and we have to kind of patch things up so that we can get these other players registered. So I don't want that. I think as a Barca fan, we just got weaker, and all of a sudden Real Madrid just got stronger without even having to blink an eye. I don't know how else to say it, but no, I got Dal in the house. Thank you for stopping by, bro. I just want to get your
Wow,
thoughts.
wow,
What's
But
happening?
before anything,
wow. Look at this.
I want you to
The
tell
artist.
me, how do you feel about it? Do you care? Do you not care? Or do you feel like Real Madrid just got a little better than Barcelona?
I think it's less to do with Real Madrid getting better and Barcelona getting worse, more so than anything. It's I think it's less about him leaving and more the timing of it. You know, we're talking about this August 7th for you guys. You guys just don't have other options to go really replace him or anything like that. If you guys go replace him, then okay. I mean, he was probably your best center back last year for you guys, but it's just the timing of it. I feel like this probably could have been done end of June, July, something like that too. Weird contract thing to be able to have that out where they didn't have to pay any money or anything like that. That's just what I think. I mean, you know, I talked about it in the group chat with you guys too. Christensen, I think, is pretty good. Arojo, I rated at a time. Last year, I didn't think he was that good, but I actually thought he was like one of the better players in the world at a time in terms of like center backs and stuff. So we'll see if he can get back to his peak.
So Dali, I know from what I've seen Real Madrid play this season, I noticed that Dean. One of the things that really stood out to me is how well he played and in cohesiveness with his offense, and not just the midfield, but all connecting with the attackers, Vinicius Junior, Mbappe, and all that. His progression passes are off the charts, and I like doing tactical videos. And one of my favorite players last season was Iñigo Martinez, and he was second in progression passes in the squad. Nobody can play this highline better than him. I'm not gonna lie. I'm dead honest. Really worried about this Barca team next season come on defense.
You know what this reminds me of? This thinks of what we did last season with Gundogan. Because remember, this is how we got rid of Gundogan as well, right? He just came back after preseason, and out of nowhere, like a week later, we sold him before after the first day, all right?
Honestly,
And
Omar,
no, hold on, Jonas, let me finish. Here's the thing: it didn't backfire on us because we had a very, very depth midfield, right? And it worked out in the end, right? Losing Gundogan, and it was the right time to get rid of him. And listen, maybe Inigo leaving, this would be the right time for him to leave. You feel me, right? I get it.
Yeah.
But here's the problem here: the difference between the defense and the midfield is that, like I mentioned, is the abundance. We have a lot of midfielders.
Come on,
compared
guys, be
to
nice
the
to the
fact that-
guest.
Good. Sorry,
it
Omar,
is
go
what
for
it
it.
is. You're in enemy territory, man. I know I'm sure if I ever join the
That's
channel,
fine.
I'll
It's
definitely
fine.
get back. I'm sure the day I ever go to the LFC, I'll get a warm reception.
The amount of comments on me not having a beard is funny, but it's all good. Guys, I
mean,
shaved.
hey,
It's not
listen.
that crazy. It's like
for real, bro. Like it's not that deep.
Hey,
You know what I'm saying?
listen. The people in the chat, they see everything. They see the little things, the things that people don't know.
That's
They
all
don't
good.
notice it. Don't notice the
Hey,
little
Dally,
things.
at
But
least that means
yeah.
they're watching your videos, bro. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah, they
maybe,
know the beard.
maybe.
But yeah, I mean,
Nah.
look, for me, you know what it is, right? It's easy for me to just come out here and just lose my mind every single time. But you know what it is, like I mentioned, I've just got to a point now where I'm at the stage of acceptance. You feel me? So even though I'm not happy, and sometimes I will, like, some things will trigger me, I get to a point where I don't get too triggered. I don't hold it too deep. I'm like, all right, you know what? Whatever. But this is gonna be one of those things where it could genuinely backfire on us this season. We could potentially not win the league, retain our league, and we can look back and say losing Inigo in the defense this season cost us because Araujo wasn't good on the high line. You understand what I mean? Like Christensen wasn't fit
Yeah,
for
we're
most of
gonna
the
make
season.
mistakes, man.
Kobashi was making mistakes. He's too young. He still has mistakes in him. Iñigo Martinez was the only player who was consistent. He was an experienced leader on the back.
I'll
And
put it
that
to
is
you like this,
priceless
Omar.
when you have a few defenders. When you have a few defenders, you can't always get rid of the experienced ones. You understand what I mean? And this thing that people are talking about, there's a reason I haven't even mentioned Gerard Martin. Okay? Because these people, they like doing coping mechanism. I'm not doing no fucking coping here. Okay, bro? This guy is not a defender. He's a right back that has been pushed into defense. And because he's played 3 games against South Korea, 3 Asian clubs, I'm supposed to just start rating him now? Like, bro,
real talk.
this is my point here. These people, they like doing these coping mechanisms injected in my face. I'm not doing that. Okay? We're trying to build a team that can win the Champions League and the league next season. We're trying to fight for every trophy like we did last season, right? Getting rid of our key players that helped us almost win 4 trophies last season is not the way. It's not the way.
Honestly, this move, what reminds me of is Rodrigo, because Rodrigo for Real Madrid, he's a player that we're trying to maybe selling. I wanted him to leave because in my mind, in my crazy, silly Barcelona mind, I was thinking that Real Madrid would be weaker without Rodrigo. And then when the news came out that he didn't stay, as a Barca fan, I didn't like it because I feel like they're going to be better having a player like Rodrigo, just even if it's off the bench. So in my opinion, when it comes to Iñigo Martinez, the whole situation, it's like as a Real Madrid fan, I'd be looking at this and saying, well, they're going to lose their best defender, the ones who actually understands the highline. So they're going to have to play with Araujo if Christensen gets injured, like it's actually very, very injury prone. They're going to be forced to play Araujo, and Araujo just it's a ticking time bomb, and he's going to make a mistake sooner rather than later. And I feel just like this sucks. This whole situation just really, really sucks. And nobody's going to sell me otherwise. Barcelona was forced to sell Iñigo Martinez. They did not want to get away from him, and they have to because they got this whole saga with with Ter Stegen, and also they cannot register on the new players. And there was 10 days away from La Liga, and they just kind of had to do this because if they were not this desperate, they would have negotiated a little bit of money with Saudi Arabia. These guys have a lot of money, man. I can't believe they didn't pay a single dime for a player like this good.
Nah, bro. That's why, like, Omar, you made the comparison with Gundogan. I think it's 10 times worse. Honestly, I understand the similarity, but it's like Gundogan, I mean, we sucked that season, and we still had a bunch of midfielders. And then we look at Man City, he was washed. And even in that season, I feel like he was a bit up and down. He had good stats, but it's not like Iñigo. Iñigo was legit. I feel like overall, him and Jules Koundé were our best defenders, right? Iñigo Martinez was by far our best center back. So I'm like, when I'm looking at it, I'm like, I don't think he's washed. I still think he can still give me a good half a season of winning football. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. Hey, Dally, you know what I said, though? I made a joke. I said Kylian Mbappe, he probably looked at his phone, and he was probably happy. Because now he can finally score against Barcelona because he's not going to be offside. You know what I'm saying?
He doesn't have to worry about that offside. That's for sure.
He doesn't have to worry about it as much.
One thing that Mbappe did last season, though, was score against Barca.
But he could have scored. This is the crazy part. He could have probably scored 5 more goals if it wasn't for Iñigo. That's the truth.
No, that is the truth. No, I think the biggest thing for me and for you guys is Kubarsi just needs to level up. He needs to become top 2, not 2. Center back in the world. You know what I mean? I mean, he's 18. I understand that. I'm looking at his market value. 150 is what they have on FOT Mob. He's the #1 most valuable player on transfer market in terms of center backs. He needs to be worth that price tag and really step up. And, I mean, we can kind of see what happens like Dean Howson for us. I mean, he's a couple years older and stuff like that too. And it's only been a couple of games. But I think if you guys got a Dean Howson right now, you'd probably be feeling a lot better. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, that is not even like conversation.
If we had Dean Howson,
listen. If we had Howson this season, if we let Iñigo go, I wouldn't have felt any way about it. I'll be like, you know what, man, you were a great last season, amazing player, right? Go get your bag in Saudi. It's just that this is gonna end up backfiring on us, and that's why I'm not happy about this deal.
It feels a little similar to me like the Nacho deal, and I was mentioning in the group chat with you guys, where we lost Nacho and we didn't add in anybody. We had to wait a season, you know what I mean? And you can kind of see what happens with Real Madrid, where Tchouaméni had to play the center back role at times and stuff like that. We got exposed.
That ripple effect.
Yeah.
That's a good point, because like when you like take away a player who actually was useful, like let's even say Real Madrid with Joselu, when you just take away somebody and you don't even replace them in any form, bro, right? Like now you guys got Gonzalo Garcia, but when you just take away Joselu, and then now you see Real Madrid when they whip in crosses at the end of the game when they're desperate, it doesn't matter because Joselu's not there. It's the same thing with Iñigo. I feel like you get rid of Iñigo, the profile, the left foot passing, elite passing, not just passing, elite pass. He can break lines, right? And then you don't replace him, and it looks like Barcelona, Jan Laporte, Deco, they're saying that they're done in the transfer market. So I don't know.
I got a question for you guys. Do you guys actually believe that Iñigo Martinez had a free transfer clause? Because I don't believe that. Because I think this was just made up. I don't know. Is it just
I don't know
me,
yet.
or is it that I'm not believing? Because if he had a, if,
You know what it is?
why
Whether he
why
had
would
it or
why
not,
would he sign? Why would he sign just March? If he had a release clause that if he had an offer from Saudi, he was leaving. Then why would he
no, but
sign
that's
the
the thing.
contract?
See, here's the thing, man. At the end of the day, whether he had it or not, it doesn't matter. That's the thing, is the full scale of it. However, I would say this. I get it, right? Because at his age, he kind of looks at it and says, well, listen, Barca is the last big move of my career. I want to stay here. However, if I get a big offer that will basically set me up, set my family up for life at Saudi, right?
Mhm.
Right? That would be great. Like at the end of the day, like I would see why he would take that deal at his age. He's what, 34,
Yeah, exactly.
35?
34.
You understand what I mean,
35,
right?
baby.
Yeah, he's
Yes.
34.
You know what I mean, right? You at Barcelona, this is the last big move of your career. This is gonna go downhill after this, right? So he's probably looking at it and saying, well, listen, the next big move for me before I retire is to get that big money move to the MLS or to Saudi, where I'm gonna get bags of money, right? And basically set myself up for the next 2 to 3 years, then retire and I'm good. You understand what I mean, right? So it wouldn't surprise me if he decided, well, listen, it is what it is. It doesn't matter, right? I've already achieved my dream. I've won La Liga with Barca. I was one of the best defenders. And if you look at it in his eyes, he might look at it and say, well, listen, I'm leaving on a high. When I signed for this club, I'm sure a lot of Barca fans didn't look at this deal. They looked at the Inigo deal like, oh, yeah, it's just going to be one of our center backs. That's it. Third
Mhm.
center back, fourth center back. He's leaving being one of our best center backs and a player that is going to be missed by the fans. So that is the way for every player to want to leave a club. Leave the fans wanting more. You understand what I mean, right? So he's going to be a legend of this club, and him leaving, right, in the eyes of many fans is going to be, well, listen, he hasn't asked for any money back, right? He's gonna be for his wages is gonna be he's pardoning his wages 14 million, which will help us register other players. In the eyes of many fans, he's gonna be loved. You understand what I mean? Like he's gonna be a legend in the eyes of many fans for doing this. And for himself, he's gonna go to Saudi, get bags of money, and there's no use. He's not going to a scrub team. Like let's be real here.
Mhm.
He's gonna be partnering.
It's to play with the goat. Yeah, you know.
Spanish international playing with Mane, Cristiano, and Brozovic.
Bro
So
said the
it's like,
goat.
it's not like you're making a big decline move. Like you're going to actually go to a team in Saudi that's going to challenge for the league. So
But
and
guys,
you're gonna get paid. So
before we end this stream, I want to change topics, and since Dali is here, we can actually talk about something different and just forget about this topic for 1 second, because the nominees for the Ballon d'Or 2025, right? They got released today. And I want to get your guys' thoughts, kind of like what you guys thought, like initially, like for me, for example, like
this
if
guy,
you ask me,
this guy.
right? In
Put
my
it on screen.
opinion,
Put it on full screen.
what's that?
Could you click on it? Could you
Put it
click
on
on
full screen.
the
Press the picture so that it can be. No,
the,
you
the,
got. I
the
said put,
picture?
like when you're on Twitter, like press the screen itself and it will open
Oh,
it.
yeah. You might
Like
take
the
the
picture.
picture.
Yep,
Like
there
this.
you
Yeah,
go.
Yeah, yeah.
there you go.
I see what you mean. Oh yeah, that's right.
Okay.
That's right. Thank you for that. But okay, hold on,
I
hold
have a
on. Let me
question.
remove this.
I
So
yeah, I
okay, so
have
let me
a
start with
question.
this. Let me start with this. So so again, so you guys kind of know where I'm going with this, because I had a little bit of a problem, and this is gonna sound biased, right? But to me, I didn't like the fact that Vinicius Jr. was there. I don't think he had a good year. I thought it was asinine that what really jumped off my screen when I saw this picture is that the disrespect on Julian Alvarez was just insane. This season, he had more than 30 goals and double-digit assists. He had like 42 GAs this season. Doesn't even make the top 30. Are you kidding me? You have guys like Dumfries here. You have guys like McTimothy, who I know he did good things with Napoli.
McTominay.
But at the end of the day, like I know this only comes down to the winners. But dude, some players like Dumfries here, and some players that are never gonna win it, at least get the honor of being up against your peers and among your peers up the top 30 in the world. It's a big accomplishment, even if you're not gonna win the award. But no, man, I want to get you guys' thoughts on this whole list overall, and what you guys thought of it.
Okay,
Um,
I'll start.
yeah,
Hold
you
on,
go
I'll
first.
start. You know, this is you guys want to know why I don't read the Ballon d'Or anymore? This is the reason why. This is why. I've said it before. I'll say it again. I don't care about this trophy anymore, because I've realized it's not about how good you play. It's a popularity contest now. It's like the Grammys. I look at the Ballon d'Or like I look at the Grammys, bro. Yeah, it's an award that everybody wants to win. Nobody cares because it's not because the real winners don't usually win. You understand what I mean, right? The nominees, the real nominees don't get nominated. Like you just mentioned. If we're using it on form, how the hell is Gorassi ahead of Alvarez in this?
That's
In this, in this,
ahead
in
of
this?
Julian Alvarez. 44,
Gorassi,
42 GAs this
Vinicius
season, bro.
Junior,
I
bro.
know he
After
was
the
the top
season
scorer in
he's
the
just had,
UCL.
bro. After the season that Vinny just had, I'm sorry. I don't want to. I want to
He
hear
shouldn't
what
be
Real
on the
Madrid
list.
fans, Real Madrid fans.
No, you're right. He shouldn't be
How
on the
is
list.
he in this list, bro? Like,
I don't think they
respectfully.
should have a top 30, Omar. I think it should be top 10.
That
That's
is
it.
the
Yes,
point.
You're right.
yes.
This
I
makes
think you're
no
right,
sense.
Dali. There would be less. There would be
Exactly. You know what it is, Dali?
outrage.
You just mentioned it. A top 30 makes no sense to me because let's be honest, 20, only 5 out of this 29 are actually realistically have a chance of winning it. Or 3 of them. Let's be honest. It's probably 3 or 2 of them. Maybe Dembele and Yamal and Rafinha potentially, right? The rest of them don't really have a chance of winning this. So what is this all about? But this for me, more than anything else, when I'm looking at this list, I'm like, bro, look at this list. Look at this list. There's so many players that I think deserve it, right? But you mentioned it, McTominay. Yeah, okay. So McTominay had a great season at Napoli. That's why he's in the Ballon d'Or list, huh? Well, then why is Alvarez not in it? Because he had a great season with Atletico in La Liga. Why? Oh, because he didn't win the league. Okay, cool. Bro, I'm telling you this. Oh my God, man. Like this is my point. This is why I cannot take this award seriously. I don't even watch it anymore. I don't. Like I that's the reason I haven't even made a video about it because I haven't even seen this list. I literally just said the list right now. I know the list was out, but I didn't even bother to go and look at it because I knew I was gonna see some bullshit in there. I knew it. I was like, bro, we're gonna see 1 or 2. Just watch. And long behold, the Ballon d'Or once again does it again. Dude, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, bro. Because like I mentioned, this is not about how great you are. Doesn't matter how good you are. If the fans are not talking about you, if the pundits are not talking about you, guess what? You are not going to be on this list. Simple and straightforward.
If you think it's a popularity contest, though, do you think Yamal has it?
Oh, like the whole Ballon d'Or.
Okay,
Nah.
I'll tell you this.
don't
I'll
be
tell you
surprised.
this. I believe there's a realistic chance there's going to be a big surprise just like there was last year. I believe that Lamine Yamal has a better chance than people give him credit to. I've heard a lot of journalists and a lot of people who are going to be voting go saying more positive things about Lamine Yamal than they do Dembele. I don't know. I have this crazy theory that we may just get another surprise in September. And I think a lot of Madrid fans are not going to like it. But what do you think, Dali? You think that's a BS or what do you think?
I'm trying to look up what the odds are on the betting markets right now on it.
You know, Dally, you know what it is for me? I just think that people are trying to, okay, Dembele, they won, but are you guys seeing the Italian, the German journalists, how they're speaking about Lamine Yamal? Like, not the Spanish ones that already, you know what I'm saying, they hype him up to the moon. No, guys like Italian, the guys that watch the Inter versus Barca two-legged tie, they're saying Yamal is the best player in the world. So when guys from other countries are saying Yamal is the best, when I'm seeing German voters saying I'm going to vote for Yamal, I'm like, you know what? I know a lot of people, football fans, they look at the trophies only, but dude, Yamal got like, I'll say maybe a 35% chance to win. Like, I genuinely believe it might be like 65-35.
I just
don't
think there's a
people win.
realistic chance, and people think it's already Dembele's, and I think it may be making the same mistake last season. Because last season, everyone,
Yeah, I thought Vini was gonna win.
everyone was Bini, right? Bini won it, and all of a sudden, dude, Rodri comes through and wins it. I don't know. Do you think it might be a surprise, Dali?
Yeah, you know, I could see it being a surprise. You know, the thing is, last year, Rodri wasn't even the best player for Spain when they won the Euros, in my opinion. So what the second he won that, do you think? No, I don't think it's a hot take at all.
No, it's not a hot. You know what it is? He won the award, but he wasn't the best.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, look, let's just call it for what it is.
Although Ruiz, Yamal were all better at least. And even you could say Nico Williams.
Pedri before his injury was actually amazing, right?
I'm just talking about Spain. I'm just talking about Spain.
No, Spain. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Okay,
I know you were talking about Spain. But here's the thing, right? I'll be honest with you. Last year's Ballon d'Or, I thought Vini should have won it. I'm not like, if we're just gonna be objective, right? Whether you like him or him. At the end of the day, the fact that, you know what is funny, Dali, right? When you listen to what they were saying, why they didn't give him the Ballon d'Or was because, to win the Ballon d'Or is not just about how well you played. It's also about, your image and all that. And I'm like, brother, is that where we are now? So we're not judging footballers based on talent anymore. We're judging players now based on attitude. Oh, well, guess what, right? I guess half of the football world is fucked then. Because guess what? If you're a player that is always in front of the referee's face, doesn't matter, bro. I guess that's just the reason why Neymar never won the Ballon d'Or.
So
okay, well, guess what? Well, I'm a little confused because Cristiano Ronaldo won 5 Ballon d'Ors, right? But Cristiano Ronaldo wasn't always like a saint, right? You feel me, right? He had his moments where he was crashing out on moments. Well, they still gave him the Ballon d'Or now, didn't they? Like, since when did they have this since when did this rule now exist now where players' attitudes or players, image now is a problem, bro? Give the best player in the world the best award. It's that simple. You don't have to like it, but if you want people to respect these awards, hold on, Barcelona, before
go ahead.
I'll let you finish that. But if you want people to take this award show seriously, you gotta give it to the player who was the best, the guy who won the trophies, the guy who played well to win the big ones. Okay, Rodri was great. Don't get it twisted, right? Rodri for City, they won the league. That's great. He had a great season with the league. He won the Euros. At the end of the day, bro, when it mattered in the crunch games in the Champions League last season, the season Real Madrid won it, Vinny was stepping up. You understand what I mean, right? In the league, he stepped up.
Thanks.
That's why you guys won the league and won the Champions League, right? He was cooking. At the end of the day, I get it. If he won the Ballon d'Or, his ego would have gone to the roof. Don't get it twisted. His ego would have gone.
If England win the Euros, Jude wins it last year, I think, to be honest.
Yeah, exactly, right? And there you go. You see what I mean, right?
They're that close.
This is why, Dali, I don't watch the Ballon d'Or anymore because it's no longer about what you do the whole season anymore. Usually, if there's an international competition, you're fucked.
My only problem with
if there's an international competition, you're fucked.
My only problem with the Ballon d'Or thing is like, okay, so to me, I don't think it should be Dembele. Like, if anyone who's gonna be winning, if we're gonna win it because of the season that PSG had, to me, it has to be Vitinha, because Vitinha just literally did the way that he played his whole season, including winning with Portugal as well, the Nations League. I mean, but if you're gonna do this over goals, then Rafinha should win it. If we're gonna do this over performances, then Lamine Yamal should win it. If we're gonna do this, we're gonna give it to Dembele because he did have a good season. When he was injured, this team didn't miss a beat. They really didn't need him this season that much. And also, like, if we're just gonna do this over like accolades for PSG, then I think Vitinha should win it. So at the end of the day, like,
that's another point that people forget, isn't it, Barca Volume? I even said this when they won the Nations League. I said, guys, are we just gonna ignore the fact that Vitinha has been crucial to PSG winning the treble and Portugal winning the Nations League? Because he played. I remember I was doing watch-alongs for the 2 games in the semifinals and the final. Okay, Vitinha cooked in both games and they won the trophies. If the award is about how integral you were to your team winning trophies, then I'm sorry, you're right. Vitinha was the best player in the world. You understand what I mean, right? Let's call it out for what it is. Because Dembele, you mentioned Dembele was out of the team at some point. When he was out of the team, guess what? The PSG was still doing well. Even at Barcelona, we were talking about Yamal. I said Pedri should be player of the season. What wasn't that what I was saying during the season, guys? Right?
I dead honest tell you that if Rafinha, his name was Cristiano Ronaldo or Messi, he would be the going away Ballon d'Or winner.
If Messi or Ronaldo were in Europe and they had the season that Rafinha had, bro, it wouldn't have even been a conversation.
There'd be no discussion.
If it was Yamal, if Yamal had Rafinha's stats, it'd be over.
If Yamal had it, yeah, we would not.
That's true.
See, this is the thing, isn't it?
This is the thing, isn't it,
Dali, right?
That's
the problem with the Ballon d'Or.
As we stand, is number 2.
But see, this is the problem with the Ballon d'Or, guys. Because the Ballon d'Or it's not always the best player or the best player of that year. Because here's the thing. I've seen Messi win it when I'm looking at it and saying, nah, I think that this guy was better last season, if I'm going to be honest. I've seen Cristiano win it where I'm like, I think this guy should have won it last season. I will always say it. In 2010, I think Schneider should have won it. I don't care what anyone says. I think Messi was great. But if you look at Schneider, how good he was and how his performances helped his club and country.
Which season?
That season, 2009, 2010. Inter Milan won the treble, and this guy went to a World Cup final, Schneider, and he was literally cooking in the Champions League and in the World Cup. He was one of the top goal scorers in the World Cup in 2010, right?
What year? What year was it?
When he wasn't even in the
2010,
top
2010.
three. He didn't
In
even make top
2010.
three. Yeah, 2010. He didn't even make top 3 of the Ballon d'Or. I remember Ribery in 2013, right? I think he should have won it because when Bayern won the treble, he was literally cooking that season, and they gave it to Ronaldo, who didn't even win anything. But yeah, he scored bucket loads of goals, but really none of those goals really accounted to any trophies.
I think
Let's
we
be
hype
real.
it up
Let's be real.
because Messi and Ronaldo used to win it, and everybody would agree they were number 1 and number 2 constantly, best players in the world and stuff. If you go back and look at the history, it wasn't always like the best player in the world and stuff like that. And that's just kind of how these awards are going. I mean, talk about like NBA and stuff like that. LeBron's not winning the MVP every single year, and everybody knew he was the best player in the world. It's so much of it. Yeah, so exactly. Same thing with Michael Jordan, too. It's such a narrative award that I wouldn't be surprised if Yamal won it because they're like a 17-year-old, the youngest player ever to win it, stuff like that. I wouldn't be surprised. I don't want to discredit it because.
Oh, yeah, you know what the funny thing is? There's a story right there, isn't it, Dali?
Yeah,
because he'll be the youngest Ballon d'Or winner of all time. And you know what the people love? People love a story. Oh, Yamal at the age of 18 won the Ballon d'Or. But there's always a story to be made there. These people, they love stories. They like writing books.
That's
like
why I think he may win it because of the narrative thing.
No, that's true. And when it comes to individual awards, that's why like I rather have trophies that are, or you know what I'm saying, like you legit win the trophies. These awards, if people vote on it. It's out of Yamal's control. It's out of Dembele's control if he wins or not. So I understand what the narrative. In my opinion, I'm cool if Lamine wins it. Obviously, I mean, I would love that. But I understand if Dembele wins it. Do I agree? I'd rather have a Vitinha. But I don't really care. Like, it's just me. I don't really care about the Ballon d'Or as much. Like, I used to care, but
I mean, look at it. The guys in the
No, team trophies matter more to me. I care more about that.
exactly.
For me, no, that's the thing with me, Dali. I don't care. I promise you guys, the Ballon d'Or, whether Barca player wins it or not, doesn't bother me. I want my players. I want your performances to help me win trophies. If your performances help me win the Champions League, if they help me win the league, if they help me, I will sing the praises and say, yeah, you should win the Ballon d'Or. But truth be told, if you don't win it, I don't care. I don't care because I've already seen this award. I've already seen players being shafted for this award. I've told you all the story. I'm sure. I told people when these guys canceled the Ballon d'Or in 2020, that proved to me what this award was about. This wasn't an award to celebrate the players. This was an award to just bring bring money, generate money. Because look at the celebrity. Like, you don't even see football fans sometimes in these award shows. Like, you see actors and actresses and celebrities and streamers and all that. Bro, this is not about the footballers. This is about bringing all of these famous people all together in one place so that we can all make money and all of these stuff. That's it. Okay? Because in 2020, they couldn't do that. It was a pandemic year. Everybody was in their homes. You understand what I mean, right? So they couldn't generate money from invitations and stuff. So they decided we're gonna scrap the whole Ballon d'Or. Fucking disgrace.
But I do want to say this. I do want to say this real quick. That top 30 is so useless. Like, it's a bit overwhelming. Like, you gave me a top 30. Like, there's not really much to talk about. You got so many guys in there, right? So when I'm looking at it in the future, they should make it a top 10. Imagine if it's a top 10 or a top 5.
10 will definitely be better.
Imagine a top 5. Guys, imagine a top 5. How competitive it would be. It would be a lot more talking point. A lot of people would care about it. Oh, Mo Salah missed out. He won the Prem. Rafinha missed out on top 5. How could you do that? Just because he didn't win the UCL. Like, it would be a lot more interesting if they did a top 10 or a top 5. You know what I'm saying?
I think the gala just kind of want to reward more players for having a good season, so they feel more recognized. So they feel more like, for example, like players that like, for example, McTimothy, right? He did a lot for this Napoli team. They had an incredible run. If they didn't have a top 30, top 20, he probably would have been out. At least now he gets an honorable mention. But do you guys not like players being recognized for, like, for example, like if it was a top 10, a lot of players wouldn't even be mentioned in this thing.
So, but then that's like an all-star team. Like, you know how like in like the NBA, there's an all-star team. There's always 1 or 2 new guys that they're not superstars, but they had great seasons. I understand, but like I feel like it's more talking points if it would be a top 10. Like, imagine if like Mbappe or Rafinha or something crazy. That would be insane.
I think it's a bigger deal too if you're top 10.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
we'll I'm pretty sure, don't we get to see the top 10 like 1 through 30? We get to see the rankings and stuff at the end.
Yeah.
So
They do this. When they're doing the award shows now, they do like the 30th, 29th, 27th,
Yeah, they
26th,
do that.
25th, and then they go to the top 10, and that's where like they start bringing the suspense and all this stuff. You feel me? You know what it is? You know what? If I'm gonna be honest, right? Do you know why? Unfortunately, now the Ballon d'Or has become so like, repetitive. It's because people now understand that it's no longer about how great you are. It's about what the media hype. So if you're hyping Yamal and they're hyping Dembele, you know one of those two is gonna win it. You understand what I mean, right? So the suspense of could Salah win it? Could Rafinha potentially win it? Could Mbappe even steal it? Like none of that is there anymore because the media always sing the same song. Yamal, Dembele, one of these two is going to win the Ballon d'Or. So you already know one of them is going to be number one and the other one is going to be number two. It's already written. And I feel like that is what has ruined for me the Ballon d'Or, because for me the Ballon d'Or should be about how good you are. So you feel me, right? So Real Madrid fans can sing about Mbappe and say, listen, if you look at Mbappe's season, we didn't win anything, but bro, individually, Mbappe had a great season. You understand what I mean, right? Individually, Yamal had a great season. Individually, Rafinha had a great season. If they spend more time talking about the individual and less about the trophies itself, then the Ballon d'Or would actually be competitive because everyone can actually have an actual say of, my player deserves the Ballon d'Or. You understand what I mean, right? But because now everyone is talking about trophies, Champions Leagues, league titles, domestic trebles, actual trebles, that's what people are interested in now. And doesn't matter what the player did.
So Dali, I want to get you on record, but before I do that, guys, please like the stream and subscribe to everyone. Subscribe to Dali, subscribe to Barca Reacts, Omar BYT. Thank you guys for stopping by. But before we end the show, I want to ask you, Dali. I want to get you on record. Does Real Madrid win La Liga next season? Well, this season, and if so, why?
On the spot.
on the spot, I was gonna make it into a video.
That's what
too.
you get for coming into the
enemy territory. Oh, do I hit the leave studio button?
get into the fire
you know
with
what?
the Barca fans.
Dali, if you say Dali, let me say this, Dali. If you say Visca Barca, if you say Visca Barca, we'll let you off the hook. Don't worry about it. If you say Visca Barca, we'll let you off the hook. You know what I'm saying?
I think we win a trophy. What trophy? Is it a trophy that I value? Maybe not. Maybe not. I don't know. So I only value La Liga and UCL. I think we win something. I don't know.
La Liga or the
believe
UCL,
you're going to win one of those? You think you're going to win one of those?
I think we have a better chance of La Liga than we do UCL. To be honest,
which is really tough next season. Yeah. I don't know how good I like my chances with Barcelona next season too, because Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea, PSG, man, all these teams are like rosters are so loaded right now. It's insane.
I'd like to see more than 100 minutes of Vinny and Mbappe together before I really get a good feeling on it. You know what I mean? I mean, that's the thing. Like, yeah, we had the Club World Cup, but Mbappe got food poisoning or whatever and stuff. So we only got to see them out there a little bit. And
what about you, Omar? On a quick thoughts, we're gonna run. I know everyone has to go already, and I appreciate you guys being here. But you tell me, and I'll go last. What do you think Barca's gonna win next season?
Do I think we're gonna win the league next season? Yeah, I still believe that we can. Our attack is still, cooking, and our attack was our best position, right? And maybe that could spur us on to retaining our title. Champions League, I mean, now that we've lost Iñigo, now I'm more worried. Now I think we have a lesser chance of winning. I'm not saying we won't, but it's definitely gone down more for me. So I would lean more towards retaining the title than actually winning the Champions League, to be honest.
Yeah. What about you, Barca Reacts? What are you saying for next season? What's kind of your prediction?
I mean, I still think we'll at least win 2 trophies, but bro, UCL, you got rid of Iñigo. I listen, I hope we win listen, Yaun Garcia is gonna be a big reason if we win or not. But I'm saying at least 2 trophies. UCL or La Liga, I think we get one of them. UCL is tough though, man. We haven't won it.
I'm just gonna go on record saying that I think Barcelona will just hands down win La Liga next season. I think
100 points.
Madrid, huh?
100 points.
I would say, by how many points?
89. I think like 89, something like that. 88.
You said how many points
That's
Barca?
at 100.
We could crack 90. We could crack
90.
I
90.
think we can get 90. 90
Yeah,
points is
we'll definitely
realistic.
get 90. I think Barca wins La Liga. I do think that Real Madrid wins Copa del Rey or wins Super Cup. I don't know what they're gonna do in the Champions League. It's always unpredictable. Real Madrid, you just never see it coming. Sometimes it's crazy with this club. It really pisses me off. But I just can't. I don't see Real Madrid not winning anything next season because I was talking to Dave the other day on his channel, and he's telling me that Real Madrid's not gonna win anything. I'm like, dude, slow down. Slow down your horses, buddy. I've been watching I've been watching these two clubs. I've been watching Real Madrid just as long as I've been watching Barca, which is over 30 years. I haven't seen Real Madrid one season. I'm sorry. I haven't seen Real Madrid back-to-back seasons and not win a single trophy. I
That's
just
true.
never done. Yeah,
That's
but
true.
I do expect Real Madrid to bounce back to win at least Copa del Rey or Super Cup, and who knows what they do in the Champions League. It's always so unpredictable. But no, thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for coming to my show. Do you guys any last thoughts before we go?
I mean, I'm just gonna say if we win La Liga, it's our first back-to-back La Liga, I think, since 2019. So that would be a good start for the club. That's all I'm saying.
You don't have to worry about it, so don't worry about it.
This guy right here, bro. I'm saying, this guy right here, cheeky dally. Nah, get out of here, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right, man. Well,
Good chat, boys.
Thank you
Okay,
guys.
I'm gonna
Peace
dip.
out, Barca.
Ala Madrid.
I'm tomorrow actually. I'm gonna be with the Barcelona podcast. It's gonna be on my channel. It's gonna be a fire show. It's gonna be at 6 p.m. Pacific time. I think it's 9 p.m. Eastern time. It's gonna be a fun show. We already have it all planned out, and you guys are gonna love it. So if you guys tune in, it will mean the world to me. And guys, anything else?
This content's fire, by the way. I'm gonna watch that for sure.
Deco out.
All right,
Ala Madrid.
peace.
Peace.